So
No,
I
how?
need you, we're going to
Because I
end
have
your
questions
hearing,
for the judge?
Mr. Richard.
What are you trying to call it? Incompetent? Is that what you're trying to say I am?
Yes.
I don't understand. What am I meeting with a doctor for? Is there somebody willing to go on the stand and say that I actually committed a crime?
Well,
Who has a claim against me? Like that's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to settle the matter. I'm not arguing the fact.
We've got yet another sovereign citizen in court today, and trust me, this one is a headache waiting to happen. This guy got busted for the usual, driving without a license, no insurance, and acting like laws simply don't apply to him. Despite judges ruling time and time again that, yes, you do need a license to drive, here we are once more. And to top it off, the judge is straight up telling him he needs a competency exam, and honestly, she's got a point. After watching this, I can't help but wonder if he's mentally unstable, because the things he says are absolutely mind-numbing. Let me know in the comments if you agree, because my brain cells are definitely suffering after this one. Let's dive in and see how it all plays out.
Mr. Richard, are you able to activate your camera?
I can, but I'm moving stuff around at the same time, trying
Okay,
to
well, we can talk.
multitask.
Well, let's just go ahead. I don't know if you were listening in when we were talking about your case. As you know, we've been waiting for the doctors to talk with you to see whether or not you're able to go forward on this matter. And there is now a date set for your interview.
I don't understand. What am I meeting with a doctor for?
They need to ascertain whether you can understand the nature of the charges and whether you're able to assist your attorneys. It's a two-prong
Well,
test. So
I
that's what we've been waiting
I
for.
I understand the nature. I'm trying to figure out the cause. You guys never tell me.
Figure out what?
I understand the nature of this case. I'm trying to figure out the cause of this case. Like, what are we here for?
Well, you've been charged with the criminal offense of driving while your license is suspended in the third degree and operating a vehicle without the required ignition interlock device. Those are the charges.
I've never had a license for you to
So,
suspend.
sir,
I don't
please
know
stop
what that
talking about
means.
the facts of the case. This is your attorney.
Who?
This is Sean Parent, one of your attorneys, so please don't talk about the facts of the case.
Well, I'm not denying any of the facts. I'm just letting you know
Well,
I'm letting you know what I understand is what I'm saying. She asked me if I understand, and I'm trying to answer the question. I'm letting her know what I understand, and I'm trying to figure out what's making me what are you trying to call it? Incompetent? Is that what you're trying to say I am?
Yes, there's legal competency and it's two prongs, whether you can understand the nature of the charges and whether you're able to assist. So right now, there's a question about whether you are able to proceed, and that's why we're having the doctors talk to you. That's the current
Why
status.
can't I just ask the judge? Like what
Well,
doesn't the judge know?
I am the judge, and I need those doctors to give me their opinion when they review your records and speak to you. And then we'll get a
Well,
report back. So right
well,
now, you're
I never
finally
gave
being
my consent for
interviewed.
that. So I'm trying to get the answers from you. Like I'm in here talking to you.
And I'm
I'm
telling
trying
you that you need to speak to these doctors on April 24th at 9 a.m.
And why do I need to talk to a doctor? I'm still not understanding. Like I'm trying to figure out why are we really.
Why are we even here? Is it because I committed a crime? Who am I? Ah yes, the classic sovereign citizen script, stuck on repeat like a broken NPC. Same nonsense, same arguments, every single time. I swear, it's like they all took the same YouTube law degree course and failed the final exam. And this guy, he needs a competency exam ASAP. Honestly, he probably needed it yesterday. If you can't grasp the simple fact that laws apply to everyone, yes, even Mr. I don't recognize your authority, maybe it's time for a little courtroom pop quiz. Fun fact, judges have ruled over and over that this sovereign citizen fantasy is just that, pure fiction. And yet, here we are again, watching another one try to outsmart centuries of legal precedent with nothing but vibes and misplaced confidence. At this point, what do we even do with them? Should we just put them on an island and let them have their own lawless utopia? Let me know.
Because you're charged with the crime, and I need to make sure that you are legally competent to proceed in this matter.
What is the name of the crime?
I told you it's driving while license suspended, third degree, and operating a vehicle without an ignition interlock device.
Is there any injured parties? Is there somebody willing to go on the stand and say that I actually committed a crime? Who has a claim against me? Like that's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to settle the matter. I'm not arguing the facts.
Mhm.
I'm just trying to take care of this and give
And
you
we
guys a
cannot
few hundred-
proceed while your ability to understand the nature of the charges and to assist your attorneys at issue, we cannot proceed.
We're
So
wasting
we're
time
in this
because I could
status.
just ask you. That's what I'm
And I'm
saying.
telling you right now, so the next hearing will be hopefully with a report in hand. You will have had your interview on April 24th at 9 a.m. Mr. Parent, you know where he would be going for that?
I'm not sure if it's going to be at the Shoreline Courthouse or at our office in Kent, or possibly at the courthouse in Kent. Kind of depends on where he lives.
You have good contact with Mr. Richard?
Yeah, we have a good phone number for him.
Okay.
So we will be able to keep in touch with him.
Okay, so Mr. Richard, they're going to meet with you on the 24th.
How?
And would it take about a week or two, Mr. Parent?
Are
Do you
they
think
gonna
you can
come
report back?
meet somewhere or something? Like what are they about to do?
Let's have him return on May 6th.
Well, like I said, you don't have my consent.
Actually, May
to
1.
send me
Let's
to
do
a
May
doctor.
1.
So I don't know why you think I have to go see a doctor when I could just ask you all the questions that's stopping us from going forward. I told you I'm trying to settle the matter. I don't know what's going on.
Right. We keep trying to explain that to you, Mr. Richard. The reason is you're going to have to talk to these doctors and we'll get some additional information.
All right,
So
cool.
your
Okay,
next
well,
hearing will be on May 1st.
Has there been a guilty plea that has been put into record?
No, we can't do that because we have to determine whether or not you're able to proceed in this case.
So there is no plea that's been put in filed.
There's a plea of not guilty that's been entered.
And who put that in?
You had a first appearance and you are unable to plead guilty. So a not guilty plea has been entered on your behalf and we are waiting to have the doctors talk to you. And this has been going on for quite some time, Mr. Richard.
How can somebody put a plea in for me? That makes no sense. Doesn't the attorney have to do what I ask them to do, or they're acting in dishonor if they don't do what I tell them to do?
All of this confusion that's going on right now is many examples of why we need this evaluation to take place. So I need you, we're going to end your hearing, Mr. Richard.
Mr. Richard, is completely off his rocker, like we're talking orbiting the Earth levels of delusion here. The way he's refusing to turn his camera on, acting like court is some kind of optional FaceTime call, is just absolutely insane. And honestly, the judge is being way too patient with him. I get the whole let them expose themselves approach, but at what point do we stop letting grown adults play legal make-believe? Court isn't a game of peekaboo. It's a legal proceeding, and the judge has every right to demand he show his face and comply with basic courtroom procedures. I just wish she'd go off on him. Full on, sir. This is not a debate club mode, or better yet, hit him with a contempt charge, so he can finally see that his little, I don't recognize your authority, act holds about as much weight as a wet paper bag. But nope, instead, we're watching her tiptoe around him like he's some fragile little snowflake who might melt if she raises her voice. I don't know, am I being too harsh? Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Let's dive back in and see how this one wraps up.
I have questions for the judge, and you're just saying that I'm incompetent. Like, why can't I get the answers from you? Do you not know your own laws?
I cannot go forward until I get a report from the doctors.
And why is there a doctor that needs to be involved in this? This is what do you say, a traffic matter?
Okay, I'm going to conclude this hearing. I believe that we need a report from the doctors based upon your answers, and this has been going on for
I just
some
told you, like,
time.
I'm not denying any of the facts. So why do we need to see a doctor? Can I just pay for can I just settle the fines that you have? In this case, can I
criminal
just do that
charge
and
with
get this over
jail.
with? Huh?
All right, so
What'd you say?
It's a criminal charge with jail. It's not just paying a fine, Mr. Richard. So we are going to set this over. May 1st will be the next date you come back to court. And I will
Well-
ask that you follow through and attend that evaluation on April 24th.
You just
And
told me
that
this was
Mr.
criminal,
Parent
right?
is going to make sure you know where you need to go.
But you just told me this was criminal, right? So why can't I just settle the fines?
Because criminal is not about fines. It's about jail time as well. So.
And why
that's-
does somebody get jail time for something that they never had? I've never had a driver's license.
Mhm. Okay, so we are done with your case today, Mr. Richard. Thank you. We'll get that date out to you.
Well, you don't have my consent, so like I said, I don't know what you think I'm.
All right.
Well, that definitely didn't go the way he thought it would, but honestly, I kind of feel like he low-key won that round. Not in the way he wanted, but still. The man literally refused to turn on his camera the entire time, and somehow, the judge just let it slide. Like, isn't that a basic rule? Maybe I'm being too strict, but courts have upheld time and time again that judges can enforce proper courtroom conduct, even in virtual hearings. And yet, this dude sat there like a ghost defendant and got away with it. Let me know what you guys thought about that hearing. But in the next one, oh man, we've got a Florida judge who is not here to play games. This one turns into a full-blown showdown, and trust me, you're going to want to see how it all goes down. It gets very heated. Let's dive in.
Mr. Chris, the allegation is that on or about March 29th, you assaulted Michael Kurth in Three Rivers. It's a misdemeanor punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. How do you plead to that charge?
Before I plead, I'd like to have it put on the record that they're, for the alleged actions, they're trying to charge me twice. They're trying to charge me with an assault and battery as well as violating a restraining order for the same actions.
Well, they can do that.
Why?
It's two different things.
But it's the same action. Isn't that double jeopardy?
No. Let's say you have a trespass order and you're not supposed to trespass on a piece of property. And you enter into the property and punch somebody. Well, they can charge you with trespassing and the assault. So I'm assuming you wish to plead not guilty to?
But that's violating two different laws. I supposedly violated with the same action. It wasn't two different things. They're trying to charge me with the same action for two different cases. That's not, I mean.
All right, well, if you want a lawyer, I'll get you one.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't, I didn't do anything anyways, but from what they said that, from the affidavit that they gave me, the action.
Who has the which judge has the restraining order?
Patterson. I have not arraignment. I mean, I guess it'd be a preliminary exam conference tomorrow morning with him. Because they're saying I violated the restraining order by assaulting him.
Okay, well, all right, we'll sort that out. Set attorney pretrial for July 12th, 2024. Mr. Chris owes $1,175 worth of unpaid fines and costs. He has a controlled substance case from 2021 where he owes $175. He has a defective equipment case where he owes $125. He has a previous assault and battery, 221627, where he owes $275. He has disturbing the peace where he got the minimum fine of $125. He hasn't paid that. 222147. And he has a felony resisting and obstructing reduced to a misdemeanor attempted resisting and obstructing. He owes $475 and he hasn't paid anything on that. So why don't you please take Mr. Christ into custody? I'll review all
Can we
these.
please talk about this?
Yeah, you go back into jail and
I have my vehicle outside and stuff though.
Yeah, okay, you go back here and I'll talk to you in a little bit.
Today?
Yeah, right now, you're going into lockup.
No, are you gonna talk to me today?
Yeah. You keep getting charged with assault crimes and then you don't pay any of the fine. I'll talk to you in a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, I just had to throw that last hearing in there. It was way too entertaining not to show you guys. The dude literally came in guns blazing, yelling about double jeopardy like he just unlocked a secret level in the legal system. When in reality, he trespassed onto someone else's property and punched them in the face. Like, sir, that's two completely separate crimes, not some magical loophole that lets you walk free. You really cannot make this stuff up. Honestly, this is the kind of guy who would fall for the sovereign citizen nonsense in a heartbeat. Double jeopardy? Are you really that dumb?
Come on, man.
He definitely should have brought a lawyer before pulling that stunt, but the audacity to look shocked when the judge tells him he's staying in jail because, oh, I don't know, he hasn't paid a single fine, is just beyond me. The audacity in this one is unreal. But man, these two court hearings are making my head hurt. Let me know in the comments how many brain cells you lost watching this, because I'm struggling over here. Brain cells, you guys lost watching these hearings because I swear some of these arguments just defy basic logic. Also, I really want to hear your opinions on that first hearing. It was pretty intense, but honestly, I really wish the judge had gone way stricter on him. At some point, you've just got to shut down the nonsense instead of letting them waste everybody's time. Do you think she handled it well, or should she have dropped the hammer harder? But yeah, that's going to wrap it up for today's video. If you enjoyed it, I'd really appreciate a like and subscribe. I've got plenty more court hearings coming your way, and I post every single day, so stay tuned for that. Also, I love reading your comments. It seriously makes my day, so thank you to everyone who takes the time to drop one. I do read every single one of them, and I truly appreciate you guys. Alright, I'm wrapping it up here. Thank you all so much for watching. Take care, everybody.